So a constant feature of CPG these days is that retailers wait until the last possible moment before placing an order. Then we have to get it to them as efficiently and effectively as we possibly can, while minimising the cost of that transaction. That means understanding when we're going to deliver it and by what method, be it external carrier or our own transport. For some CPG suppliers, the order in which it's delivered, we can only deliver a complete set of products. Customers don't want one part delivery of the order at any point. So we need to understand what the customer's requirement is and make sure that's driven through our warehouse process. The customer needs a delivery date. They want confirmation of that almost before they place the order. So understanding how it's going to get there and what the timing is on that is critically important. And particularly if it's our own transport, we can't overcommit that. So we need to know where we've got trucks going, vans going, on what day and what their capacity is and how we best optimise making use of that transport. Then we need to get that out into the warehouse process, and delivering a pile of paper to the warehouse and expecting them to shuffle it into the correct order is not what we want to do. Actually, we want to take the order and it turn up on a terminal, on the correct terminal, just a few minutes later. It may be efficient to pick it in one go. We may have large items and small items that have specialist handling requirements, that it's appropriate to divide up into multiple picks and they meet at goods out. And of course we want to pick in dispatch order. So something that's, for instance, a collection needs picking immediately because the customer may be just about to turn up. Something that's not due for dispatch until 2 or 3 days time, let's leave that so that the customer gets a chance to add to or change that order before we ship it. And then we need to interact with our external shipping delivery agents. So that might be a courier company, all of the ones from that we're used to in the UK through to the international players. We need our system to link up to theirs at the appropriate time, tell them how many packages we're dispatching and what the weight categories are for those packages, and then come back with a tracking number and prints of the different labels that we need to stick on the various packages that have got to go through the door. We then need a manifest for that courier company to collect when they come in and do the pickup. If we're delivering with our own transport, we need to produce the delivery notes and collection notes sequenced in the right order. So sometimes we have to load the vehicle in reverse drop order. You don't want to take all the things that are going to be delivered last off the vehicle to get the first drop off when you arrive at that first delivery point. So sequencing that onto the vehicle can be critically important. Checking that everything's on there. Sometimes we're doing a bulk pick, so it doesn't matter how we load the vehicle, we're picking all of the items that have got to be dispatched, loading them on the vehicle and effectively letting the driver pick once they arrive. It's about making sure that your people, your warehouse operatives of whatever level of skill and responsibility know what they need to do as soon as they need to do it, and the process is correctly managed and monitored through, and we have a security about making sure it's consistently done in the right place. That can be even a sales order processor having put specific packaging requirements against a particular line on an order, and that turning up on the warehouse picker's terminal as they're about to pick that item to say make sure it's in a plain box or packed into specific numbers in multiples into different boxes, etc. So making that easy, straightforward for you to satisfy whatever your customer asks for, and effectively without lots of communication having to happen up and down your organisation, making sure the customer gets what they want, when they want, how they want. So starting with Tesco's, moving on to Sainsbury's, and now more and more other retailers are asking for ASNs, advanced shipping notes. That introduces a problem into the typical paper-based warehouse pick. We need to know what we've picked to what container, what pallet, because an ASN means that we have to give each pallet a unique UPC code, and we have to send an electronic message listing what's on that precise pallet number. So that obviously comes back to recording that information as we're picking it. Now, if we're doing that by our electronic terminal in the warehouse, we can say this is pallet 1 of this particular dispatch. We can pick onto that pallet. When it's full, we can say it's closed. We can move on to a new pallet. We can get to the end of the pick process and do pallet consolidation. If you've got 2 or 3 different picks coming from different areas of the warehouse, they can be put together. We record what's on what pallet. We have that information.